You are watching Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Hi everyone, it's Melody Lane. My last video, I created some scrapbook layouts, and so I'm going to create another one using the words. I didn't show you how to add words to it, so I thought I'd make one for a vacation with some waves and the sun and the word vacation. I'll explain how this all works. This white piece that you see here is going to be cut from a 12 by 12 paper. But this white part is the part you're not going to use. You're going to pick that up and that's going to be a scrap. Probably don't need to throw that away, but it's going to be a scrap. I'm not done putting the frames on there for the pictures either. So I'll be doing that in this video. And if you've missed my first video, you really should go watch that video so you can see me cut them out and how they work. So this video, I'm going to show you how to add the lettering. I've also added waves. This was 3 sets of waves I found in Cricut Design Space in Access. So the people who support me on Patreon will get this file. It'll be free if they have access. If they don't have access, it may ask them for a charge for the images. Here, I kept the images in here and I hid them. So if you wanted to use them again, you could. So there they are. These were actually much shorter and I welded them together so they would be longer without stretching them out too much. So what I did is let me show you. So the overlay that you see will be the dark blue without that score line there. The dotted line won't be there. It'll be just the dark blue. So far, all we have is this wave here. And I created this wave there from taking these 2 waves and slicing them. So then I got that going across. That's what you see there. And then these I decided just to leave as they are, and you can place these on top like this. Or you don't have to use it and you'll just have one wave going across. Or if you use blue paper, you could also just use this one. You don't have to add this one if you use blue paper. See how that works? You could just do this one. So then if I change this paper to blue, actually let's sync it so it's the same as the middle one. Then you have that. All this blue won't be here though. See how that works? You would only need to add that. So that's just up to you. But I'm going to move this black back to white so it's easier to understand. If you do that, it's just less pieces to cut and to glue on. And the sun, I also added. This sun, it's blue, so I made the top layer so you could cover that up and be yellow. So this will turn out whatever color you put on the mat to cut the 12 by 12 inch paper. It'll tell you to cut out white because this is white, but really this is the part you're not using. You're only going to be using the outside that's not being cut. So I wanted to add this so you can lay that on top and layer it. And if you wanted, you could add a little smiley face. Okay, but you guys are here to see the words. So I went to add text, and if you don't know how to add text and how to work with text, you should watch my video, The Complete Guide to Cricut Design Space. I show you how all of the Cricut features work. So I'm going to make this a little bigger. This font is from Access. It's Botanicals. You can choose any font on your computer or fonts from this list. If they have a little A, they're included in Access, which is an optional subscription to over 30,000 images in Cricut Design Space. And you can choose system fonts, that's what's on your computer, or Cricut fonts. Let me show you what I did. I also chose bold. So after you choose your font, it has regular bold, italic, and bold italic. I chose to be bold because we're going to be slicing this out. Also, I want to move these letters a little bit closer together. So I'm just going to click the down arrow here on letter spacing. You could do the same with line spacing if you had 2 lines of words. I'm going to move this over here, and I think it's too big. Okay, I zoomed in so you could see better. When placing these on here, you have to make sure each letter will go over the top just a little bit. Otherwise, it's not going to be attached to this outer piece, to the overlay, if that's not done. Could even move it over here so it's touching that blue just a little bit, and this will all be connected. Well, that will be connected with the end, but it might make the sun more stable. Okay, so it looks good here. What I'm gonna do before I do anything is duplicate this, because I can always put that as an overlay on top if I want that in a different color. So now we're selecting the word vacation. I'm holding down the Command key on my Mac or the Control key on a PC. Click on the white area and you can see we have them both selected over here in the layers panel. Now you can slice. Pull those away, and there's a little extra up here that cut the top off. Those are just garbage. These are all garbage here because they're cut off. Now, if you wanted to bring this to the front, click Arrange and move to front. This word vacation will be in the same color as this outline. Whatever color paper you put on the mat, that's what color it's going to be. If you want a different color, you could cut out this word and they'll be individual letters. Put over it just like that in any color you want. So that's what we did with this, is bring that to the front. Actually, we could probably bring this white piece to the back, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. The white piece comes to the front. Every time you slice or weld something, it brings it to the top layer. So I just wanted to show you how to do that, how to add words, and how to make this all possible. Let's add some places for some pictures. You could do squares, circles, or anything. I'm going to go to Insert Image, and I'm going to go click on Cartridges. I'm going to go to the free cartridge, Cricut Craft Room. And all I have to do is type in Craft, hit Enter, and these are free, always 100% free. I like this one because it has rounded corners, not just like the basic shapes. And it also has a shadow. How do we want our pictures? Let's unlock the lock. Let me ungroup this because I want our pictures to be a little wider. So I have this top layer selected. I'm going to select this one, go to Align and click Center. So it'll be right in the center. Now I'm going to group them together again, just for now, until we figure out how we want the pictures. Let me duplicate, and I'm going to hit the Shift key so this will switch perfectly. Unlock it. Maybe one like that. Maybe two like that. What do you think? You like that? I kind of like that. Okay, now what we have to do is with each one, we have to ungroup. It won't allow us to do it while it's grouped. We're going to click on the top one, click on this one, and we're going to slice. These two are exactly the same, so I'm just going to delete one and do it with this one. We need to ungroup, select them both. You can tell there's both selected over here. Only two images can be selected to slice. If slice isn't lit up, then you did something wrong and you need to try again. Get rid of those. This one we're just going to duplicate and move it. So now we're going to select all of these, weld them together, and then select them and select the white background and slice. You don't have to weld them together, but if you slice them, you have to do them one at a time. I'm going to bring this face out to the front. I just clicked it over here and arrange to the front. Let's click the background and just put it in the back. Whoops, not to the front, to the back. There, now the water shows up. And if you want, you can just hide this. I'm just going to hide it because I could use that. If you wanted the frames in a different color, you could put them on top of that. So let's zoom out again. I'm going to hide these also. So if anyone who gets this file wants to use them, they can use them on a later date. So that's how to put the words in. Remember, you can take that away. Let's take everything away and show you exactly what it'll look like without these on top. So that's what your one layer overlay will look like, and then you could add these layers if you like. So another way to look at this is everything in white here we're going to take away. You're going to put it on top of another paper. We can change the color of that. Say we're putting it on a light blue background so that everything you see here will be on top of the paper you put there. So that will be like that. You don't really need to use this one if you don't want to. So whatever color you put on the mat will be the color of the overlay. Let me show you when we click go. Okay, it's doing these wave pieces. Let's go to here. So whatever color you put on the mat is going to be the color of it. If you put this light blue on, that's going to be the color of the overlay, not what you see as the overlay here. because this overlay is dark blue, because that's what I have set as the canvas color. That's not going to be cut. You can change that to any color you want. That dark blue piece will not be cut. But if you put the dark blue piece on when you cut this, that's what you will have, because the outer edge of this is not going to be cut. You have to put on a 12 by 12 paper. And as I said, watch the first video showing you how to put on the paper and everything, and it'll all make sense. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and you learn a lot. I would love to see the kinds of overlays that you make, and let me know in the comments below what else you want to see. And make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. You can also download my app in the App Store. Now here's a shout out to a few of the people who get perks for supporting me on Patreon. Becky, Cheryl, Patricia, Sandy, Marty, Jeannie, Trish, Margie, Bonnie, Deborah, Rhonda, June, Christy, Carol, Judy, Tamika, Lori, Mary, Bebe, Tabitha, Bonnie, Kristen, Elizabeth, and Selena. Thanks, guys.
You are watching Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.